Pokemon Conquest is actually a really good example when it comes to like a very, very short main story, and then like here's 100+ hours worth of post-game content if you want 100% it. It is insane. The main story is not very long at all. Like, you can beat it in one sitting, like, really easily. Like, it's probably, if I had to guess, like, maybe a 6 or something hour game for the main story. And then if you want it 100%, it's gonna take you well over 100 hours. Like, judging off of my memory, considering it took me well over 100 hours to 100% it. Completing all the storylines, getting all the Warlord evolutions, getting all the main Pokemon evolutions, catching all the legendary Pokemon, maxing out bonds, and whatever the heck else goes on there. It's been a while. Last time I played it was junior high school, so if this game someday gets DLC, oh, I'm so hyped. But yeah, also locking post-game content behind forced multiplayer? Wait, like in Conquest or a different thing, Bob here? Whoa. I'm pretty sure I'm healed, but I'll do this just in case. I do this just in case, because why not? Why not here? Pokemon in general. Oh, yeah, I guess there would be stuff like that, like Scarlet and Violet, with an example being like the group quests in Indigo Disc and stuff like that. But yeah, dude, locking the entire game behind multiplayer, still can't play Triforce Heroes. Isn't there a way that you can play that single player, but it just sucks because you have to like switch control, and whichever ones you're not controlling are like statues or something? Been a long time since looking at Triforce Heroes. Hi, how's it going? Say, aren't you Cosette's beloved student? This might be our first time meeting. I've heard all about you, and Shitshape Island. And I've heard about how Cosette up and disappeared in front of your eyes again, too. What is my teacher trying to do all by herself? Well, it's hard showing your face again after doing some pretty bad stuff. You know, you gotta love, like, the really dumbed-down language, even when someone is, like, some super influential, almost deity-like figure in the world, like the great conductor that, like, controls so much of the world here. That speaks, like, it's pretty hard showing your face again after doing some pretty bad stuff. It's probably Cosette's way of making up for what happened. Making up for what happened? She was being controlled, wasn't she? The thing is, everyone has a weakness somewhere in their hearts. Mine is femboys. Cosette's no exception. Could be someone took advantage of that. It's Cosette. What are you trying to do? Yeah, I guess the kids wouldn't understand words like malicious. Hey Mario, Luigi. Hey, it's the brothers. How are things going? They're helping me collect the power of bonds. Oh, the power of bonds, huh? I see. I was wondering if there were any kind-hearted people with bonds around here. Know any people with bonds around here? I thought maybe you could point us in the right direction, great conductor. Gonna point right at Mario and Luigi. The thing about bonds is, they're not reserved just for the kind-hearted. Oh, are we going to Extension Core after all, then? There's people you hate, yeah? Folks you think are bad news? Well, like, someone you're always butting heads with. They say up, you say down. They say peak, you say mid. Even those folks have friends and allies. Those count as bonds, too. So even bad guys have bonds? You're saying Zocket's goons got bonds between them? That about sums it up. Well, now that you mention it, Bowser Jr. might give Mario trouble sometimes, but I guess he had a bond too. Huh? Those three characters? What was their name? Okay, so we are going to Extension Core after all, and it's gonna be like a slight redemption for them at the end of the story. Has anyone gotta check in with those X-whatever guys? How is, like, Mario and Luigi's bond the one that, like, made it possible to unite the islands and all that, according to the Great Conductor? I think the last time we visited here, he was saying. Not a bond, but the Extension Cores is. I wonder, where did they go after we fought them at the fortress? That's right. Didn't they have some kind of research lab on an island somewhere? Oh yeah, the frozen place. Let's check it out. 10 at least did there. Alright, well, I guess we're going that way. Oh, the cutscene isn't over. Hold it! I jumped the gun! Take this with you. It's my coin purse. Use this in battle, and I'll be there in a flash. Oh, a new bros move? Mario gets his final one? In other words, it's a collaborative bros attack with me involved. Can I be a bro too? I say we use it to teach that recluse a lesson. You got the bros attack. Great Conductor's coin purse. Conductor connector. Great Conductor, why the sudden burst of fighting spirit? Well, you see, I'm here to kick ass and chew gum. And you see, I'm all out of gum. Well, you know, I see our heroes busting their backs. I figured I ought to put in some work too. Waha! Thank you, Great Conductor. Okay, let's go. Give him what for? Alright, I guess that's what we'll do then. Alright, what did I need to catch up on here? Is there a note where played Triforce Heroes solo quit on the second dungeon? That is not single player, that's the devs are laughing at you for trying mode. Oh, I wonder how it is in Metroid Prime Federation Force, because I know that was a game that was like clearly designed for multiplayer. And I've played all the Metroid Prime games, like, well, not all of them at LAN events, but most of them at LAN events leading up to Prime 4. And Prime Federation Force is the only one that I have left. So I plan on playing it at JanLAN, which just so happens to be, like, when Guzma is visiting. And it sounds like Guzma's down to play Metroid Prime Federation Force with me. Even though I don't think he's ever played a Metroid game before. So, like, I guess I will get a little bit closer to the intended gameplay experience rather than however that game plays solo, at least. So, there was that. But yeah, so that game wasn't made for solo play with Triforce Heroes. But yeah, he did some pretty bad stuff, pulling pranks, lying, creating the gloam that has infected people and ripped them from their loved ones. They just need forgiveness. Most certainly there. Made Pokemon Conquest meme. What is it, in like the memes channel or something in Discord? Where's my mouse cursor even? Let's see here. Wait, what? How does this happen? You might have to explain to me. How does that lead to that? Is there something mecha-like in Pokemon Conquest? Or something or other? But yeah, I guess bond over blood doesn't count, I guess so. The game actually gives an answer to why Mario and Luigi's bond wouldn't work. I think it was this. You think for a game called Mario and Luigi Brothership that their brotherly bond would be an important element in this game from the start, but apparently it don't matter and anyone could solve this mess? I guess so. Not true. Only Luigi has logic in this world. That's right. Super Robot Wars is a hell of a drug man. I don't think I've ever seen it before. But yeah, I was very into Pokemon Conquest. I still would very much like to do a playthrough of Pokemon Conquest on this channel one day. I know I've been saying that for years. The slip and glide then, right? Is where I go to. I'm pretty sure here. It was over this way. I'm pretty sure this was the place. So they're just gonna be hanging out in the lab here? In the Pokemon Professor's lab? You know earlier when it like cut the music and then it resumed with the exact same theme and I said you could just keep it going? They kept it going that time. Well, I missed that. I'm gonna have to look on the stream manager because it auto-advanced. Right over there, over there. That's it. Perfect. Not bad for a bug. What do you guys want? Huh? This is volunteer work. And we're working really hard, so don't barge in looking for a fight. Whoa, that seemed like a one frame difference there. Like, in the moment the camera shot, like, cut over to this, it was something very different, than a frame or two later, it suddenly changed what we actually properly saw. Everyone stopped working around here and the snow keeps piling up. So we're doing a bit of snow removal. Snow removal, capiche? So, this is where you were after all. What? Is it weird that we're helping? Yeah? Since you worked us over, we've been doing a lot of introspection and soul searching. This whole idea of only doing evil deeds all the time, it just doesn't cut it, you know? Plus, there wasn't benefits like dental in that work. It's time for a change of pace. Why not try something new? Let's do some good deeds. Believe me, I'm as surprised as you are. You've mellowed out since mending your ways. Shut up! Power bonds? What are you babbling about? You want me to help? You've got nerve. You beat me up and then you ask if I want your help? What? You beat me up, then ask if I want your help? What? It's not we're asking if you want our help, the other way around. Like, did they proofread the script of this game? Yeah, so, save Concordia, we're collecting the power of bonds. Like, at first I thought that that was, like, intentional. And Snoutlet was gonna be like, what? No, we're asking for your help, not the other way around. With, X here just trying to be, like, all self-important by flipping it around. But nope, I guess it was just a typo or something there. You three are a team, yeah? You could have bond power connecting you. I don't know anything about that. But, I mean... Hold on. The developers and the proofreaders didn't have a great bond. Hey, Ten, Shun, it's food time. We're having some indescript food, TM. Right. How about we do this at the lab? Okay. Let's stop caring about this story at this point. Did they ever, though? Super Robot Wars is basically Pokemon Conquest, but with Japanese mecha. Oh. That pipe leads to there, I guess. The worst thing is when islands are filled with multiple pipes and then you have no idea what leads where anymore. At least when there's only one pair, then it's obvious, but that isn't always the case. Really, I wish I had a mini map of the place I'm actually at instead of the little ship mini map up there that I don't care about and I've never cared about having up there. Well, the only place I would really care about it a little bit is on Ship-Shape Island. I've never cared about it once while I was on another island. So I really wish that could just be like a local area mini-map. What? Oh. Well, okay. Ow. Yeah, just the moment they flash. I forgot how it worked at first. Whoops. Not the moment they flash, but a moment after. What? Okay, I'm not timing it right. What is my depth perception? Uh-oh. Watch this random encounter kill me now. Man, enemy attacks just last forever in this game. I half expected it to keep on going on there. But yeah, I swear they just wanted to make a 3DS or Wii U game. The screen of the ship would have been perfect on the bottom screen or on the gamepad. Yeah, but I also feel like that should have also just been like a local area minimap. Because the fact that I have to keep pressing plus to figure out where I'm going in the local area. Like, unless it was then have like the ship screen on another screen. And then have like the little mini-map on like the main screen. If this was a Wii U game, then you could have like on the main screen in the top corner be the local area minimap, and then the gamepad screen be like the ship screen. On the 3DS, I feel like it could be like a toggle where it's like, here's the minimap of like the ship screen, but you can press this button and then it switches over to like the local, and then you can press this other button and then it like toggles back and forth on the bottom screen. Is what I feel like would make more sense, rather than just having that be there anytime you revisit like an island that you've been to ever again, is what probably would have fit well. I'll be right out. I'm doing drugs. I'm using the little henchman's room. You know, the water closet, la toilette, the porcelain pool. How does that work for these people anyway? Yeah, we get it. I'm talking about the potty. You won't want to come in here for at least 3 days. They said power bonds. You gotta have the power of bonds to save Concordia, so we're taking yours whether you like it or not. I'll mug you for it if we have to. And they're going to break through the barrier around the solid tree, so you already know it's called the solid tree as well, even though it was never told to you. Like, unless it was by the Mario Bros here, just like off camera during like the Fade Through Black. Save Concordia. We get it! So, what's the plan? Listen, we can join hands to bring forth the power of bonds. Come on, it's fine. Don't get me wrong. I ain't buds with the stash bros. We just need to help them out with this thing. If the world ends, we end with it. Okay, so is the world ending like Reclusa's goal? Because I'm still not entirely clear on whether Reclusa's goal is to make the whole world isolated, make himself just like as isolated as possible by making it so like no one can come and see him, or to end the world. Like, I still genuinely don't understand which of those three things is the villain's goal. I know it's one of those three things. I don't know if it's like, maybe it's all of them? I don't know. It's weird though, isn't it? We're not real great at getting along. Kinda leaving me hanging here, guys. X, Shun. X? What is it? Weren't you just in the bathroom? What? You want to know if I washed my hands? I don't have time for that. Shun. Switch spots with me. Obsessed with trivial stuff as usual. You never change. Just like old times. Back in the day, this is how we'd work on our moves. Wait. This is even more embarrassing than I imagined. Too late to start with that now. Come on, join hands. Oh yeah, and it just comes off them. They don't even need like any inspirational words like the idol core did. So, idol didn't have it happen by default, and they needed to like inspire one another to have it happen, whereas these guys are at one another's throats and don't really make up, and it just happens first try. Like, okay. I don't even know what to say. I'm gonna be honest. Well, there we go. I'm also surprised that they, like, weren't more averted to, like, helping us. Like, I know that they wouldn't want to, like, be destroyed with the world ending. But, like, what the hell do they think Zaka was trying to do? The watering can is filled with bond energy. Yay, we got a bunch. Our can is completely full. A bunch? It's the same amount as we've always gotten from, like, every group ever. I don't know how to use it, but let's tell Connie anyway. Thank you, guys. No need to thank us. Let's go. Wait. Be grateful with Reclusa. Be careful with Reclusa. I got so carried away I misread what that was. You have the power of bonds. Yeah, a bit of a punchline of him interrupting the others for once. But Reclusa has the power of gloam. What? Oh, at first I was like, are you not going to elaborate about that be careful there? But we get like a unique art for this discussion here. Interesting. Wasn't expecting that. Everyone carries some gloam with them. Dark feelings, loneliness, disconnectedness. Oh, we're doing Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. Recluse is a monster that turns lonely feelings into energy. And he's been around since long before any of us were born. Oh, hold on, before we get carried away. Have you known this a long time, or did you just find this out recently? Because if you've known this a long time, this really calls your motivations into question. He hatches from an egg and fills the world with loneliness. When his power is used up, he recharges in his egg. We don't stop him. He'll keep doing that. Again and again. What, fill the world with loneliness and then go into an egg and then like the world isn't lonely anymore until he recharges and then comes out and makes it lonely all over again? Like, what do you mean? Do it again and again. I don't actually understand what you mean. Wow, Shun. Since when did you talk so much, man? You two have always interrupted me before. Shun, where did you learn all that stuff? I heard it all from Master Zaka. I was eavesdropping on him. So you're just repeating what someone else was saying. And why would Zaka say this out loud? Anyway, I think the two of you should be able to handle this. So don't lose. We don't want to look weak. Well then, like, why did you stay working under Zaka after you found that out? Like, what? Because presumably they didn't go and see Zocket after we beat them the last time, because Zocket established, hey, that's your last chance. So presumably they would have wanted to like peace out Girl Scout, and presumably would have come like straight here after we beat them up, which means that he would have had to have known that information before we battled him with them defending their boss Zocket, when Sean would have already known that. I don't understand. This story literally does whatever it needs to go to like where it needs to get to. And it doesn't care whether it makes sense or not to like take whatever convoluted path it needs to take to get to that destination. Like, it has specific destinations in mind, but the on the way there is what is just whatever it ends up being, I guess. But yeah. And yeah, the bit with like the face and the hand washing, that was actually one of the few things that I thought was genuinely funny with this game. Remember, these guys' bond is as powerful as a newlywed. That's right. Are they siblings? Because me and my sibling always yell at each other's throats. I don't think they are, but it never really says anything about that. I think this moment would mean more if you had to help each extension corps member with one task, but that'd make the game even longer. Suppose they learned about Reclusa and the Solid Tree from their time working under Zocket. Yeah, I guess they did there, but like, why would they keep working under them then? The first time they use an animated PNG for cutscene, if yes, reminds me of Sword and Shield. There was one pretty early in the game that has been reused throughout the game that showed like the old unit tree and stuff. So there's been a few with that. Some probably didn't want to ditch X and 10 with Zocket, and they wouldn't believe him, but that's just my guess since the game doesn't care. Yeah, it would be nice if it gave an actual explanation rather than like the player having to make guesses. That's something that I've noticed a lot in my Xenoblade 3 video essay that I published like about a week ago now. Well, 11 days ago now. I published it on December 31st. Is a lot of people are like commenting, responding to some of my criticisms on that game, being like, oh, it's really obvious because presumably this thing would happen. Insert like random guess about like some combination of things that could have happened that makes this thing make sense. And it's like, okay, well, I wouldn't have a problem with this convoluted thing if it was actually explained and given a reason for it happening, rather than the player having to make guesses like this. But yeah, I've had a lot of comments telling me like, oh yeah, presumably this would have assuredly happened, so it totally makes sense. You shouldn't have to do that when you're piecing together the basics of a story, in my humble opinion there. Is what I figure. So that's my thoughts on that. But yeah, definitely been seeing a decent few of those kinds of comments there. And it's kind of reminding me of this game a lot now. Show the bonds you've collected at Connie. Hey Connie, you want to check out my bonds? Out of curiosity, let's say presumably on the way to Connie, I'm holding the watering can, and then I like trip and fall, and then all the bonds spill out everywhere. Then what happens? Out of curiosity. The frames here. Mario, Luigi. Whoa, amazing. The bonding can is full. Well, everyone is hyped. And if we have the power of everyone's bonds, well, everyone, quote unquote, we'll be able to get to the Solid Tree for sure. Solid Tree. I'm not sure what's going to happen there, but I've made my preparations. I'll wait by the big cannon. Okay. Well, there's more timed quests at this point? Oh, everything becomes a timed quest at this point, except for crafting things that I guess you could do at any point. Huh. So, literally every single quest in this game is a timed quest, except for crafting things at Build It Stand. Oh man, those are the only things that aren't timed quests. What the heck? I hate timed quests in video games, and as this game went on, it got worse and worse with the timed quests. But every quest in the game, save for crafting, are timed quests? Really? Yeah, that's what it is. Like, again, when it comes to timed quests, it's not a requirement to do. But when I'm presented with timed quests in a video game, I feel obligated to do them because I know that I'm getting locked out of that content forever on this save file if I don't do it now. And if I ever want to have that done, I would have to start like a fresh instance. So it feels like the most considerate thing towards like my time investment to actually do it. So I feel motivated to do it. Like the example that I used earlier in the playthrough was Nier Replicant, a game that I had no intention of 100%ing, but I wanted to leave the option on the table because that's the way I like to have my save files. Like, I've 100% very few games on this channel, but I like having my games in a 100%able state, where I haven't ruined them in some way. I haven't missed anything that's like permanently missed, where I would have to restart completely to do it. And with Nier Replicant, there's I think it's a 5-year time skip, and pre-time skip is 50% of the quest, and post-time skip is the other 50% of the quest. So if you do every single quest pre-time skip, then your quest completion will read as 50%. So I went around the world doing every quest, got up to 50%, and then after time skip, I just did like basically no more quests much at all for the entire rest of the playthrough. Because that's how I play. I just want to have the option available, have like my one ultimate save file. So the fact that this game is filled with a lot of side quests, and every single one of them is timed, save for the crafting ones, is just really shitty feeling. Like, you can just have these not be timed, figure out some sort of story reason why they're not timed then, and then that can be like your post-game content. Someone can play through, beat the final boss, and then if they like the game, then they have more stuff to play. This can be your post-game content then, is going around doing all the quests that you missed. Instead of being like, either you get it before you beat the main game, or you don't get it at all. If you beat the game and you want to then do this extra content, be prepared to start an entirely new save and start from the beginning again. Like, it's just a shitty way to handle side content, in my opinion. Like, I've never been a fan of timed quests in video games, and this has got to be like one of the worst instances of timed quests I've ever seen in a game. And I'm someone that's played Xenoblade Chronicles 1 5 times, so like, I know about really awful timed quests in video games firsthand. But yeah, does Peach contribute to this game again? I don't know, I couldn't tell you. There's an option of her getting kidnapped instead of Luigi, but I don't really think that that affects much of anything. This game gives you no warning with all the side quests being timed. Its padding makes it seem as if they had no idea how to make a good finale to the game. That's kind of what it's feeling. There's, like, the moment before you go, like, defeat Zocket, all of a sudden, 18, 19 if you didn't do the one at Bowser's Castle, side quests suddenly become timed and are about to expire. So you would have to spend who knows how many hours going around doing 19 additional side quests. And now, right before seemingly the final boss, there's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more that suddenly become timed. Like, and look at all the ones I cleared just doing all the timed quests before that Zocket Castle, before I abandoned doing the side quests. And I'm kind of glad that I did that. And if I knew it was going to be like this, I wouldn't have been going around doing the timed quests all throughout this game. I would have just said, screw it. If all of them are going to become timed, then I'm not going to bother, and just playing through the main story. But I didn't know that. I thought it would only be one every once in a while, so I started doing them, and I couldn't be more wrong. And now that this is the save file where I have missed a bunch of timed quests, I guess, like, it doesn't matter on this save file anymore, and those timed quests that I actually did that gave minuscule rewards now feel pointless because I didn't get them all anyway. So, like, yeah. I also don't know where I can get, like, 10 last spark plugs to, get, like, my ultimate thingamabob. Also, what is all this? Just, like, different islets? I don't really care, though. 100% in this game would be painful to get? Probably. Here, let's do this. And then I guess I can just, like, shoot there. The solitary. Here we go. Look at that. Discovered solitary. Let's do it. The solitary is in sight, right? What? What's wrong? Whoa. Recluse is right behind us? Oh. I should have realized after Mario and Luigi closed their eyes and looked happy. Yeah, the power of everyone's bonds. Mario. Luigi. I know you two can do it. Man, I thought that when we went and got a bond from them, that it might be like a very slight redemption arc of them at the end. It really wasn't. Concordia swaying like the grass so green, red passions running as the bros hit the scene. Mario, Luigi, hit 'em hard. Take all those bonds and pour it on. Good luck. Mario, Luigi. Hey, it's my favorite Stassionistas. Go show 'em how we do it, hot and cold style. Mario, Luigi. Our love for this land is boiling over. Absolutely, Bernadette. Oh, look, even Bowser Jr.'s here. I guess everyone that I got a bond from. Whoa, the little hiccups in the game here and there. Mario, Luigi. Don't worry, buddy. They're not as tough as me and Dad, but they've got this. Just this once, I'll let them take the spotlight. Mario, Luigi. Music's kind of good here. You're really going to the solitary. We believe in you. With Mario and Luigi on the job, I'm not worried. Mario, Luigi, now's the time to save Concordia. May you have safe travels. All right. But yeah, I guess this was everyone that we got a bond from, so like no Bowser or anything. Just those that I got bonds from. Hand me the bonding can, Mario. Careful not to spill it right now. I guess everyone would be here to like get new bonds from. But if it worked like that, then what would stop us from just like filling up the can to full with like one group's bond? I don't know. I'm gonna come with you. I want to use my Watness powers to help out. That, and I want to help Miss Cosette. I bet she went to the solitary alone. How did she do that if we need the power of bonds to break through? Like what? Now, use the power of bonds. How would she have gone there if this is a prerequisite to get there? Does she run around with her own watering can and gather her own bonds? Or what happened? Oh, we're getting coated in bond goop. Hell yeah. Let's go. Guess Snoutlet doesn't need any. Mario, Luigi, go for it. Wait, how are you coming with if you didn't put any bond goop on yourself? Whoa, I just saw some rock in the background despawn in the water there. So, are Watness just able to get there? And Snoutlet too? Because apparently Cosette, Snoutlet, and Connie can get there just fine. But the Mario Bros specifically need the power of bonds to get there. Even though this game is called Brothership, and presumably their bond would be like the strongest in the game, but who's keeping track? So, I mean... oh, man.